All right, my name is Jason Pearson. How are you doing today? Today I have a young mom, Rachel Busenitz, and she's happily married, and we're going to go over her experience today on the program and listen to a little bit of her story, her backstory, and what her experience has been on the program, and let's get into it. So, Rachel, how are you doing?
Doing very good, thanks.
That's awesome. So, Rachel, if you could give us a little bit, of your backstory, who you are, if you're married or not, have kids, what you want to accomplish, some of your external struggles and internal struggles you dealt with, and the wall you hit or the problem you hit before you started the program, or that led you here.
Absolutely. So I love that you call me a young mom, because I don't feel like I actually am. I got married at 30. My husband is a farmer down here in Kansas, and we both were so excited to start a family, and it didn't happen. And so we went through the first year and then 2 years, and we went through about 11 months of fertility treatments. We had gone through all the testing, and they said, oh, it's unexplained infertility, and so this is kind of the regimen that we would recommend. And we decided to go that route, and the shots and the meds, and we did an IUI and all this stuff. And my body we weren't getting pregnant. And so after a while, I was 32 at this point, I think, we decided that we were just throwing a lot of money into a black hole that wasn't addressing deeper issues, because if things were normal, like, I should be able to get pregnant, right? And so that was kind of obviously the health struggle that we were dealing with. I didn't have a lot of other health symptoms, and unexplained infertility is frustrating because, like, you don't know what to change then, right? It's not like, oh, well, this is what's wrong with you. You just don't know. And so after spending about a year working with the fertility clinic, I was having a lot of side effects from the hormone treatments that they were having me on, a lot of weight gain, hormonal swings, those kind of things. And I felt like my health was getting worse and worse and worse instead of better. And so at that point, we just kind of decided to pull back from the money we were pouring into that and reevaluate our options and ways that we could support my health in a good way. And that's where I got connected with Jason, and my sister had given me his name, and I was just ready to do something drastic and something that would address my issues at a health level, and not just throwing drugs at my body and see what would happen. And so I started in January of 2015 working on the custom program with Jason, and it was the most intense thing that I've ever done as far as self-discipline. The detox period at the beginning, where I was used to eating sugary carb foods, all this food, this junk that I'd been putting in my body, and all of a sudden it was like self-discipline 101. And I started seeing change in my body so quickly that, I don't know, I just really was excited. So a couple of things that changed right away. Obviously my weight was just, that weight that had just come on me from all of the hormone treatments was rapidly falling off. So I was feeling great about that. I had had adult acne, deep cystic acne, almost my entire adult life. And all of a sudden that was clearing up, to the point where I wouldn't have to cake my face in foundation, to make it presentable. I saw my face clearing up, my skin. And then as we went along, February, March, I was getting down to a weight that I had not been in since high school. My energy was through the roof. And I was just so excited for the changes I was seeing in my body, and that kept me motivated. Yes, it was hard, but yes, it was so worth it. And I got to the place where even if I didn't get pregnant, through addressing my health this way, it was worth it to me, because I felt like I was becoming the best me that I could be, and treating my body in a way that was I was reaping benefits. In April, we found out that we were pregnant with our firstborn. And that was I get emotional even just thinking about it, because all of the things we had done up to that point, had failed, and all of a sudden there were 2 lines staring at me at this test, and we were pregnant. I was just so excited. And so I was right at, I think I had just shifted into phase 2 as far as doing exercising. I was running a couple miles a day and just feeling so great. I had an amazing pregnancy, like no morning sickness at all, energy through the roof. I mean, yeah, right in the first trimester, I was more tired than normal, but other than that, just a stellar pregnancy. And then he was born in January of 2016. And so that was kind of my first experience working with the program. I stayed very, very close on the program until after my first trimester was completed. And then I kind of phased into like normal eating, I guess, and for the rest of the pregnancy. What's interesting to me, and I'm just gonna keep going unless you wanna stop me for questions. Okay, so that was 6 years ago already. Now we have 3 children. I was able to conceive as soon as I weaned my baby, I would conceive the next child, which is just a huge blessing because we, would love to have several children. And I'm already, at this point, I was 34 when Kendrick was born, 35, 36. Anyway, moving through my 30s. So I got pregnant as soon as I weaned. Now we have 3 children. So Kendrick is 5, Autumn is 3, and Justice is almost 20 months. And so 3 children later, in January, we lost a baby that was, I think, about 14 weeks along, and we miscarried this baby. And at that point, I felt like my health was not where it needed to be anymore. I had a really stressful past 6 months. Morning sickness was horrible. I had just had a lot of stressors in my life that were just hard. And so after dealing with all of that, and as a busy mom, like trying to take care of yourself is no joke while you're taking care of all the babies. And so in January, I just went to my husband and I said, I think I need this again. Like I need the self-discipline. I need the weight to come off. I need to feel like I felt then. And I need my body to be in a better place so that, maybe God would bless us with more children and we would love that. And so he was excited. He's like, yeah, just, jump back on it. So in January, I started my second round of the program. And I gotta say, I am so impressed with the changes that you've made in the program from 6 years ago till now. I mean, obviously I had amazing results 6 years ago and I'm forever grateful that I did it. But I feel like the changes that you've made from then to now have made it so much easier to understand it. You've made these little videos like every single day for the first 60 days of starting the program. You get a educational and motivational video that landed in my inbox. And I felt like for the first time, I understood more of the thought process behind the program. And I felt like I was understanding, like I was changing my mindset towards food. It wasn't just, here's the food and eat it so that your body gets better. It was, no, let's learn how to treat our bodies well and how to thrive in health and how to make the decisions even on my own that are going to better my body. And so like I feel like you have, and I commend you on this because it's just incredible to be able to help people make that mindset shift towards food. And I feel like you've made that so much more accessible and so much more understandable. And I feel like my second time to the program has actually been more of a mindset shift than just do this so you get these results, if that makes sense. So I feel like, yeah, I'm just so excited about the program now because I feel like it's so much more accessible for people and it's going to help them like change their mindset towards food and health and the way we view our bodies. And I am just really grateful because I feel like, I mean, again, it's been an amazing experience. I have dropped 32 pounds since January. This is the end of April. And I'm feeling amazing in the energy. I've had 3 friends that have told me, I can always tell when you're working on that program because your skin looks so good. But I feel like what's happened this time around is going to help me more long term understand how to, have my babies and care for my body in the midst of all of that in a better way. So I think I just commend you for the changes that you've made and the way that you've intentionally poured out the education side of it as well.
Thank you. So at what point, that's a great story, what point did you have in this time around, the epiphany, in the first month or two, like, the aha moment, like, wow, this is it? Was it when you're watching these videos, or what happened this time?
I think this time, in like the mindset shift that I've had, so the first month that I was on it this time around in January, I felt like I almost could taste yeasty, and I could feel more of a nasty detox happening in my body the first 3 to 4 weeks. And actually it was kind of like, it was hard because I still kind of wanted the sugary carbs, and I was, like, is this going to actually work out in my body? Because I felt almost a little bit worse as I was starting into it. But then 4 to 5 weeks into it, all of a sudden, like, I was making all of these, I love to bake. And so cinnamon rolls and pizza and like all the things that I was making for my husband. And all of a sudden I realized, you know what? I'm just as happy with my plate as I am if I would be eating my husband's pizza. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it makes me feel so good, and my taste buds have actually adjusted to where, like, I love radishes and avocados and mushrooms and like these things that, I've always been the person with the sweet tooth, and give me a cinnamon roll and I'll eat 6 kind of thing. But being able to make all of these, I love to bake. So like they're cinnamon, like all this stuff. And then to say, actually, I'm just happy with my plate. Thank you very much. Like, I'm content with that, and I feel satisfied, and I like how this food makes me feel. And I feel like that's been a big mindset shift for me this time around, that I didn't necessarily have last time, that I think is going to help me in the long run be able to continue to make those good choices.
Absolutely. And what kind of conflicts did you experience along the way this time on the program over the past, since you started it all, or if any?
I'm trying to think. Conflicts. I think I went into the program knowing what to expect because I had already kind of done the same, like done it 6 years ago. And so I don't know if there's necessarily conflicts. I think losing our baby to the miscarriage in January made me want my health more than anything else. And so I'm like, we've had people that have taken our family out to very nice restaurants, and I brought my meal with me, it's like, no, I want my health more than I want, the French fries or whatever. And so I don't know if that's necessarily a conflict, but that's something that I've seen in my experience this time and last time too. Like, I wanted to have my body in a place where I could get pregnant. But just, you have to want something more. I want health more. And again, I'm just like relearning that and re-experiencing it, I feel like, this time around.
Great. So you lost, how many pounds did you lose in 2 or 3 months? How much did you lose?
I am down 33 pounds.
Wow.
Since January. Did I start the 14th, something like that? So yeah, I feel so much better.
Wow. Any other health issues go away from before you start the program throughout that period too, besides what you're already saying?
So when I got pregnant back last fall, the pregnancy that we lost in January, I broke out horrible on my cheeks, and it wasn't even acne. It was like almost an eczema rash. And I'd never had that before, and I still don't know what it was linked to, but that has completely cleared up. I mean, that would be another, I know you can see in your skin what's going on in the inside, and I really feel that because that was another major reason I wanted to start the program again, is because I was having just weird other physical symptoms that I was dealing with.
Absolutely. And what kind of personal transformation did you experience also on the program?
Besides the obvious weight loss, which I feel like is a physical transformation, I feel like just the mindset shift, as I've shared earlier, I feel like that has been more of a significant shift for me this time than it was 6 years ago even. And I think I needed the self-discipline of eating every 3 hours and not just shoving food in my mouth when I was bored or needing a relief from the kids or whatever, And I think when you discipline one area of your life, other areas automatically become more disciplined. My house is tidier. I'm spending more intentional time where I want to spend it, because disciplining one area of your life does have a ripple effect, and it does spill over to other areas of our life that I want to be successful and disciplined and have my goals achieved, And so if this seems like overwhelming to people to be this disciplined, no, you're going to reap the benefits of the discipline. Aside from the food, just the sheer discipline is going to spill out and bless you in so many other areas.
Excellent. And so this time around with the enhancements that you noticed here from 6 years ago, what did you think about the Stronger Woman menus that you're using here in phase 1?
I really liked them. And like I said, the first month was kind of tricky because I felt like yeasty, and that's like a weird word to use, but I almost could taste yeast in my mouth because it was like that junk was having to be worked out of my system. And so the first couple weeks were tough just because I tasted icky. It took a while for the junk to get out of my system. But as far as experiencing the stronger, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this time around, like I said, it's been more of a mindset shift than just the physical side of what's happened. Or I've been able to, make that change.
What do you think about the Stronger Woman Manifesto? What did you think about that?
I've read it through. I'm not a mantra type person, I guess, but I agree with, the things that you have written in there. And I feel like how we view ourselves, I'm a believer. And so I believe that the more I see myself truly as Christ sees me, the more I'm going to care for my body, the more I'm going to, take care of the things that he's given me. And so to me, that the Stronger Woman Manifesto is kind of a reflection of that. It's just, do I truly view myself as valuable as God views me? And that's going to change how I treat myself.
Absolutely. So if somebody was listening to this video right now, watching this right now, and was wondering if this is for them, should they try this? If they want to, will it work for them? Or should they procrastinate? Should they start now or tomorrow, and, after the holidays? What would you tell them as a mom, children, a wife, having gone through this?
Yeah, I would say do count the cost, because in anything that you do that's worthwhile, there is a cost. And if you go into it without even thinking through that, it's easy to just quit. And so for me, I had to say, okay, even when we go out to eat, even when I go to my husband's high school reunion, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to stick with this. I want this more than I want, the treat. But at the same time, counting the cost, it's so worth it. It's worth it for me to be an energetic, healthy mom for my kids. It's worth it for me to be able to conceive another baby and bring it to term. Whatever your goals are, whatever reason is pushing you towards this, count the cost, but then look at what is possible with your health, because it is so worth it to invest. And so I would say, yes, count the cost, but then think through, what do you want more? What do you want more than just grabbing food whenever you want it? What do you want more than, the kinds of food that you're eating? Because when you want something more, then it just makes it so worth it, and it's a no-brainer. And I have absolutely no regrets of doing it 6 years ago, absolutely no regrets of doing it now. And I'm excited to see with my mindset shift how this is going to change the next several years as I just incorporate healthier living into my lifestyle.
That's awesome. Well, you heard it from Rachel. If you're watching this video right now, and don't procrastinate, there should be a link around this video. You can order right online. You can use your debit or credit card. After that, you'll be taken to a secure online health information form. It'll take you just a couple minutes to fill out, some general information. so you can get your the correct menus for based on you. And that's it. So look forward to working with you, and thank you so much for doing this here today, Rachel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Absolutely.